Turning to our first proposal on medicines. You may recall that during my visit to Belfast in September, I said that for my part, I would do whatever it takes to guarantee the uninterrupted long-term supply of medicines from Great Britain to Northern Ireland. And indeed, we have completely turned our rules upside down and inside out to find a solid solution to an outstanding challenge. That involves the EU changing its own rules on medicines. In practice, British wholesalers of medicines will be able to continue supplying Northern Ireland from their current location in Great Britain. They will not need to relocate infrastructure, including testing facilities or regulatory functions, to Northern Ireland or the European Union. This means, for instance, that Great Britain can continue acting as a hub for supply of generic medicines for Northern Ireland, even though it is now a third country. We are ready to put forward a legislative proposal to this end. Turning to the second part of our package, the area of public, plant and animal health and the movement of sanitary and phytosanitary goods from Great Britain to Northern Ireland. We are talking about a significant range of retail goods that would be for sale to end consumers in Northern Ireland only. These would benefit from both simplified certification and an approximately 80% reduction of checks and controls required today. Let me illustrate what this means. Imagine you are a Northern Irish business importing products of animal origin like yogurt, cheese or chickens from Great Britain. More than 80% of the identity and physical checks previously required will now be removed. This will significantly ease the process for bringing food supplies from Great Britain to Northern Ireland. Similarly, a lorry transporting different food products like dairy, meat, fish, fruits and vegetables from Great Britain to supermarkets in Northern Ireland will now just need one certificate stating all goods of different types, class or description meet the requirement of EU legislation. So if you are transporting 100 different food products, only one certificate is needed instead of 100. For all this to work in practice, however, the UK government needs to do its part. For example, by ensuring that permanent border control posts are up and running as agreed a long time ago. We also need specific safeguards in place, like clear labels and the ability to monitor every link of the supply chain. We are showing great flexibility, but the remaining controls must be done properly. I believe, and it's understandable, that in this way we want to protect the integrity of our EU single market. We are similarly ambitious in the third part of our package concerning the customs area. Here we propose to expand the scope of the existing scheme on goods not at risk of entering the EU single market to a wider group of businesses and products. For example, more small and medium-sized enterprises could benefit from this scheme, while goods covered by this scheme are free of customs duties because they stay in Northern Ireland. We also propose to cut in half the customs formalities and processes that are required today for these goods. For instance, a Northern Irish car dealer ordering car parts from Great Britain will only need to provide basic information to the customs authorities, such as the invoice value of the car parts and the parties to the transaction. Once again, up to 50% of the current formalities will be removed. This is possible if the right safeguards are put in place, ranging from the real-time access to databases to better market surveillance to a termination clause. Combined with our proposed solutions in the area of sanitary and phytosanitary rules, this will create the type of express lane vastly facilitating the movement of the goods from Great Britain to Northern Ireland. And lastly, in response to a clear and strong demand on the ground, we are proposing ways to enhance the participation of Northern Irish authorities and stakeholders in the implementation of protocol while fully respecting the UK's constitutional order. Our proposed solutions aim to improve the exchange of information by establishing structured dialogues between various stakeholders and the European Commission. Northern Irish stakeholders would be invited to attend some meetings of the specialised committees, and we also aim to create a strong link between the Northern Ireland Assembly and the EU-UK Parliamentary Partnership Assembly.